underneath the moonlight, secrets we keep. Tales of terror, they come alive. With every heartbeat we feel the vibe. Ghosts in the attic, monsters in the hall, echoes of the past, they're haunting us all. With the flick of the switch, let the darkness ignite. We'll scream through the night.
Not bad, this might actually be edible. Now to watch my favorite shows on the Ash Variety channel.
The true untold story of Little Red Riding Hood. A modern retelling that peels back myth and whispers of the world behind the fairy tale, offering a more grounded human perspective while staying respectful to the traditional echoes. The Quiet Village. In a small, sun-washed village, bordered by a forest that locals call the Listening Woods, a girl named Rosa Offen, nicknamed Red for the red hood she wore every day, helps her grandmother, who lives on the edge of the trees. The villagers speak in proverbs and routine: bread at dawn, a bell for noon, and a watchful eye on the forest's edge, where stories linger like fog, the hood and the edge. Red's red hood is not just a color, it's a symbol of a vow she made to herself, to be seen, remembered, and responsible. Her mother asks her to deliver some food to grandmother, who has been feeling under the weather. The journey is short, but the path through the woods is long in memory, full of rumors, whispers, and old songs about the forest's moods. The message and the market. On the way, Red encounters a number of characters who aren't purely good or evil. A clever merchant who trades stories as currency. A hunter who respects the forest but knows its dangers. A wolf who speaks in old dialects, reminding Red of the lore that warns children to remain on the path. The forest is not just a backdrop, but a living character, with listening trees and wind that carries warnings. The real danger. The big bad wolf is a metaphor for predation in many forms: manipulation, false promises, and the ease of straying from one's purpose. Red learns early that not every threat wears a single face. Some threats are charming, others are quiet, and some hide behind kindness. The grandmother's house. Grandmother's cottage is a seedbed of wisdom. She represents knowledge kept through years of hardship, recipes, stories, and the resilience that comes from surviving winters and waning hope. The meeting between Red and grandmother is less about a scare, and more about bonding, shared memories, and the transmission of survival skills. The turning point. When danger reveals itself, Red's strength lies not in weaponry or brute force, but in observation. Noticing the wolf's misdirections and choosing to pause. Communication, seeking help from trustworthy adults in the village. Courage, choosing honesty and action over fear. The aftermath and lesson. The hunter's timely intervention prevents tragedy and restores balance. The village reinforces a simple but powerful moral: look out for one another, respect the cautions of elders, and stay on the path, not out of fear, but out of care for yourself and others. Themes reframed agency. Red is not a passive victim. She makes decisions, questions authority, and acts with intention. Community. The forest is a shared space that requires communal responsibility and mutual aid. Moral complexity. Not every character is wholly good or evil. Motivations are layered and human. Variations for different audiences for children. A gentle, hopeful version, focusing on listening, asking for help, and staying with a trusted adult when unsure. For teens, a coming-of-age narrative about navigating trust, deception, and the complexities of adult information. For adults, a nuanced exploration of predation, resilience, and the social dynamics of rural life. A short cinematic retelling opening, a sunlit village, the forest as a living character, and Red's daily routines. Inciting and the delivery to grandmother, with subtle hints of danger in the forest. Rising tension, Red's interactions with suspicious figures and the tension of ethical choices. Climax, A confrontation that resolves without a single villain. Instead, a community-wide decision to protect one another. Resolution. Red returns. Wiser and more connected to her village with grandmother's quiet blessing. If you'd like, I can tailor this version further, for example, adjusting tone, setting a hut, or focusing on specific themes.